Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, Trelawny trio charged with the rape and the murder of 15-year-old schoolgirl. 3 men have been charged with the brutal rape and murder of 15-year-old Jamaica Cole and the violent assault of 3 of her female relatives during a horrific attack at their home in Trelawny in August last year. The accused are 23-year-old farmer Timoy Big Red Brown from Cotton Tree District was charged in February with a misprision of a felony and failing to report the incident. 22-year-old Tyrese Brown, also called the Sheetsman from Albertown. 20-year-old Jabeen Brooke, also known as Nuku, a laborer from Stettin District, Trelawny. The men have been charged with being a part of a criminal organization, conspiracy to commit a burglary, aid and abetting burglary, capital murder, wounding with intent, causing grievous bodily harm to commit murder, burglary with intent, and rape. According to police reports, the 3 men forcibly entered the home in Albertown through a kitchen window around 7 a.m. on August 6. At home were 4 females. During the intrusion, 3 of the women were allegedly struck on the head with a blunt object, rendering them unconscious. The 4th occupant, a 9-year-old girl, was asleep at the time. She awoke to the commotion, contacted her father, who then instructed her to seek help from neighbors who alerted the police. Upon arrival, a police team discovered the 3 unconscious women and found the body of 15-year-old Cole, who was allegedly raped, beaten, and left tied up in a yam field near her home. Cole was pronounced dead at hospital. The other women received medical treatment and were subsequently released. The police say Tyrese Brown was apprehended on August 19 while driving a stolen motor vehicle and is currently being remanded in custody. The other 2 suspects, Timoy Brown and Jabeen Brooke, were arrested in their respective communities and were jointly charged after a question and answer session on Saturday in the presence of their attorneys. Trelawny Criminal Investigation Branch, which is investigating the case, is urging anyone with additional information to come forward to assist in the ongoing investigation. Alleged intruder shot dead by licensed firearm holder in Mandeville. An alleged intruder was fatally shot by a licensed firearm holder in the upscale community of Ingleside in Mandeville, Manchester on Saturday. Residents told the news that about 6 p.m., the firearm holder returned to his home and saw the intruder inside. The intruder reportedly attacked the firearm holder with a knife and a hammer. Residents said the firearm holder opened a fire on the intruder. The injured man then ran from the house. Residents said about 2 p.m. on Sunday, during a search of bushes near Ingleside Boulevard, a body fitting the description of the intruder was found. This latest incident comes a week after an off-duty policeman fatally shot an alleged intruder on New Acres Drive in Mandeville. Firefighters battle blaze at 2 houses in Rio Grande Valley, Portland. At least 3 fire units are currently battling a larger blaze that has engulfed 2 houses in Pig Dry in the Rio Grande Valley in eastern Portland. The fire started shortly after 12 p.m. on Sunday, with emergency teams from Port Antonio and Buff Bay responding. The cause of the blaze is not immediately known. Witnesses reported seeing smoke coming from one of the 2-story concrete houses before it rapidly spread to the other. It is not yet clear if anyone was present in the houses when the fire began. Updates will follow as more information becomes available. Mackenzie urges Jamaicans to be mindful amid frequent earthquakes. As Jamaica marks the midpoint of the hurricane season, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond Mackenzie is sounding an alarm about the potential threat of serious earthquakes locally. With the island experiencing what he said were 577 felt earthquakes since October of 2023, Mackenzie is urging citizens to be vigilant and prepared for that type of tragedy. The minister's warning came on the heels of a 4.5 magnitude earthquake that was felt in sections of Portland, St. Thomas, Kingston, and St. Andrew on Tuesday morning, and a 5.3 magnitude quake that was felt island-wide 4 days before. I wanted the country to be mindful that earthquakes don't set up like rain. There is no early warning system that speaks to earthquakes, said Mackenzie during his address at a handover ceremony for 3 houses in Pennant, Clarendon last week. According to Mackenzie, Jamaica's unique location on a fault line makes it particularly vulnerable to seismic activity. The minister underscored the importance of self-preparedness, citing the country's history of devastating natural disasters. God has been good, but God helps those who help themselves, the minister stated. As a country, we have lost the value, we have lost the respect for human lives. Our value about educating ourselves about natural disasters leaves much to be desired, Mackenzie suggested. In recalling his experience during last October's 5.6 magnitude earthquake that rattled the country, leaving behind relatively minor infrastructural damages, Mackenzie said Jamaicans must be mindful of what can happen to the country in the twinkling of an eye. There was a massive earthquake last year while Cabinet was in session, and it was a frightening experience. I am urging the people here in Clarendon and right across Jamaica to be mindful, Mackenzie stated. With the frequency of felt earthquakes locally, geologists have been warning that the country should brace for a major earthquake. The last major earthquake that left a trail of devastation in Jamaica was the 1907 earthquake, which destroyed sections of Kingston. JPS says power almost fully restored in St. Elizabeth. The Jamaica Public Service Company says it is on track to restore power to all its customers in St. Elizabeth by its August 31 deadline. JPS is now on the verge of completing the power restoration, the country's main power provider said in a statement on Sunday. It has urged the residents to ensure their premises are ready to receive electricity by checking that their potheads, meter stands or stanchions are in proper condition for reconnection. JPS said that after full restoration is achieved in St. Elizabeth, it plans to continue working in the parish to redesign, upgrade, and rebuild parts of the distribution network. JPS has almost 38,000 customers in St. Elizabeth. Up to August 10, the company said 13,712 customers were without power. The company has said its distribution infrastructure in St. Elizabeth was almost obliterated during the passage of the Category 4 Hurricane Beryl, which battered the southern section of the island on July 3. JPS is also asking customers in areas where power has been restored but who are still without electricity following the passage of Hurricane Beryl to contact the company immediately. JPS is taking this approach as an added layer of confirmation to ensure that no customer is inadvertently omitted, it said. The light and the power company has struggled with missed deadlines and more recently has been thrown into the spotlight over hikes in bills for July. It blamed the fuel charges and the foreign exchange issues, but Energy Minister Darrell Vaz has rejected those reasons, demanding a recalculation. Regulator, the Office of Utilities Regulation, is investigating the company's billing practices. Customers who are still without power can report their situation by calling the JPS Customer Care Center at 888-CALL-JPS or 888-225-5577 for Flow customers or 888-935-5577 for Digicel customers, reaching out via JPS's social media platforms at MyJPS Online or using the MyJPS mobile app. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.